There comes a time in life when you need reassurance, not from people, not from circumstances, but from the one who has authored your destiny. God has a way of speaking, not always with loud declarations, but through subtle signs that point to his approval of your journey. If you've been wondering, questioning, or seeking clarity, I want to help you identify the markers that affirm you're walking in alignment with his will. The first sign is peace, a peace that doesn't make sense to the world. You may be in the middle of a storm, but something within you whispers, stay calm. That peace is not from your own strength. It is from the assurance that God is guiding your steps. When he orders your path, peace becomes the compass of your soul. Peace is one of the most profound signs that God provides when you are on the right path. It is not the kind of peace that comes from external circumstances, nor is it the fleeting calm that arises from temporary resolutions. This peace is supernatural. It transcends human understanding and speaks directly to your spirit, assuring you that you are walking in alignment with divine purpose. It is the peace that Jesus spoke of when he said, "My peace I give you, not as the world gives." It anchors you when the world around you feels uncertain and turbulent. When you are walking in God's will, this peace acts as a compass, guiding your decisions and steadying your heart. It doesn't mean everything will be easy or that challenges won't arise. In fact, some of the most challenging seasons of your life can be filled with God's peace. The circumstances around you may scream chaos, but within your soul there is a quiet confidence that keeps you moving forward. This peace is God's way of reminding you that he is with you, that he has not abandoned you, and that he is in control of every detail of your journey. Many people mistake peace for the absence of conflict, but the truth is that God's peace often exists alongside adversity. This is because his peace is not dependent on what is happening externally. It comes from knowing who he is. When you truly understand that God is sovereign, that he is faithful, and that his plans for you are good, your spirit can rest even when your mind has questions. It's the kind of peace that silences doubt and calms the inner storms of fear and uncertainty. Think of the disciples on the boat during the storm. The waves were crashing and fear consumed them, but Jesus was asleep. Why? Because he had perfect peace. He knew the storm could not override the purpose for which he was sent. When the disciples woke him in panic, he simply spoke to the storm. Peace, be still. That is the kind of peace God offers you, a peace that allows you to rest, even in the midst of uncertainty, because you trust the one who controls the storm. This peace also manifests as clarity. When you are aligned with God's will, you don't feel rushed or pressured to make decisions. You don't feel the anxiety of trying to force things to happen. Instead, you experience a sense of divine timing. There is no confusion because God is not the author of confusion. He is the author of peace. He provides clarity that enables you to take the next step with confidence, knowing that he has already gone before you. God's peace is also a shield. It protects your heart and mind from being consumed by the lies of the enemy. When doubts try to creep in, when fear tries to paralyze you, this peace stands guard, reminding you of God's promises. It whispers, you are not alone. I am with you. It assures you that God is not only walking with you, but is also fighting for you. This peace is both a gift and a fruit. It is a gift that God gives freely to those who trust him, but it is also a fruit of walking in close relationship with him. The more you surrender to him, the more you allow him to take control of your plans, the more this peace grows within you. It becomes a part of who you are. People around you may not understand it. They may even question how you can remain so calm in the face of adversity. But that's the power of God's peace. It is not of this world, and it doesn't need the approval of this world. When you experience this kind of peace, it is a confirmation that you are in alignment with God's plan. It's a divine reassurance that says you are on the right path. Keep going. It strengthens your resolve and renews your faith, allowing you to face whatever comes your way with confidence. So if you feel this peace today, hold on to it. It is a precious sign that God's hand is on your life and he is leading you exactly where you need to be. Open doors are one of the clearest signs that God is affirming your path and guiding you toward your divine purpose. These are not ordinary opportunities or random occurrences. They are moments of divine alignment when things fall into place in ways that you could not have orchestrated on your own. When God opens a door, it is unmistakable because it is marked by ease, timing, and a sense of purpose that resonates deeply within your spirit. These open doors serve as confirmation that God is working behind the scenes to lead you into the next phase of your journey. What sets these divine opportunities apart is how they align perfectly with your gifts, passions, and calling. When God opens a door, it fits into the framework of who He created you to be. You don't have to force it, manipulate it, or compromise to walk through it. It feels natural because it is designed for you. These moments are often accompanied by a deep sense of peace and clarity, as if God Himself is saying, "This is for you. Step forward." One of the most profound aspects of God opening doors is the timing. His timing is perfect, even when it doesn't match our expectations. There may have been times when you prayed for an opportunity, but the door seemed closed. However, what appeared to be a delay was actually God working in the background, preparing both you and the opportunity for the right moment. When the door finally opens, it is undeniable because everything aligns, not just the opportunity itself, but also your readiness to step into it. God's open doors are never premature. They arrive exactly when they are meant to, ensuring that you are equipped to handle what lies ahead. Open doors often come with confirmation. You might receive encouragement from unexpected places, or someone may speak a word over your life that aligns perfectly with what God is doing. These confirmations serve as divine signposts, assuring you that the opportunity before you is not a coincidence, but a part of God's plan. You may even find that you encounter scripture or teachings that seem to speak directly to the door that has opened. These moments are God's way of reminding you that He is in control and that the opportunity before you is from Him. It's important to recognize that not every open door is from God. Discernment is key because the enemy can also present counterfeit opportunities designed to distract or derail you. However, the doors that God opens will never require you to compromise your values or step outside of His will. They will align with His word and His principles. When God opens a door, it leads to blessings, growth, and opportunities to glorify Him. There is no confusion, no anxiety, and no need to force your way through. God's open doors come with a sense of ease and assurance, even if they require courage and faith to walk through. Walking through an open door often requires obedience and trust. Sometimes the opportunities God provides may not look like what you expected. They might challenge you to step out of your comfort zone or to take a leap of faith. However, these moments are an essential part of the journey. When you trust God and step forward, He provides the resources, connections, and grace needed to succeed. He doesn't just open the door, He walks through it with you, guiding and equipping you every step of the way. When God opens a door, it not only impacts your life, but also allows you to bless others. His opportunities are never solely for your benefit. They are designed to expand His kingdom and bring glory to His name. The open door might lead to a career change, a ministry opportunity, a new relationship, or a platform to share your gifts. But whatever it is, it will always have a purpose that extends beyond yourself. God's open doors are a reminder that He is working through you to fulfill His plans on earth. If you find yourself standing before an open door today, do not hesitate. Step forward with faith and confidence, knowing that God has prepared the way. Trust that what He has begun in you, He will bring to completion. An open door from God is more than an opportunity. It is an invitation to step into the fullness of His plan for your life. Walk boldly through it, for where God leads, His provision and favor will always follow. Inner conviction is one of the clearest signs that God is guiding you on the right path. It is not something external, it is an unshakable sense within your spirit that provides clarity, direction, and confidence in your decisions. This conviction is often quiet, yet powerful, persistent, yet peaceful. It is the still small voice of God confirming that you are aligned with His will and that the steps you are taking are in accordance with His divine purpose for your life. When you experience inner conviction, it It feels like a deep knowing, something that transcends logic or human reasoning. It is not the result of overthinking or analyzing situations, but is instead birthed from a place of faith. This conviction is often accompanied by a sense of certainty about your direction, even if you do not have all the answers or know exactly where the road will lead. It is a reassurance that you are where you are meant to be and that God is orchestrating every detail. Inner conviction often arises when you spend time in prayer and reflection. In those quiet moments with God, He speaks to your heart in ways that are undeniable. He may not give you a detailed roadmap or explain every step, but He plants a seed of assurance in your spirit. This seed grows as you continue to seek Him and trust in His plans. You may not know the full picture, but this conviction gives you the confidence to take the next step, trusting that God will illuminate the path as you go. This conviction is particularly important during moments of doubt or uncertainty. There will be times when the path God has called you to walk feels difficult or even impossible. The opinions of others may conflict with what you believe God is asking of you, and the circumstances around you may not seem favorable. Yet, it is in these moments that inner conviction becomes your anchor. It reminds you of what God has placed in your heart and keeps you focused on His promises, regardless of what you see or hear. Inner conviction is also a sign of alignment with God's purpose. It is not driven by personal ambition or selfish desires, but is rooted in a desire to fulfill God's will. When you are operating in alignment with His purpose, this conviction becomes stronger. It pushes you forward even when the way seems unclear. It keeps you steadfast even when challenges arise. It allows you to make decisions with confidence, knowing that you are being led by God and not by your own understanding. There is a sense of peace that comes with this conviction, even in the midst of uncertainty. It is the peace that surpasses all understanding, guarding your heart and mind as you navigate the journey. This peace does not mean that everything will always be easy or that you won't face obstacles. However, it does mean that you can move forward without fear because you know that God is with you. This peace reinforces the conviction, creating a cycle of faith and assurance that propels you forward. Inner conviction is often accompanied by small affirmations along the way. You might encounter scriptures, words of encouragement, or seemingly coincidental events that confirm what you already feel in your spirit. These affirmations are God's way of gently reminding you that He is guiding you and that the path you are on is the right one. They serve as signposts along the journey, pointing you back to the conviction He has placed in your heart. It's important to note that inner conviction does not always mean the absence of fear or hesitation. Sometimes stepping into what God has called you to do requires courage and faith. However, even in the face of fear, this conviction gives you the strength to move forward. It reminds you that God has equipped you for the task at hand and that He will provide everything you need to succeed. If you feel this conviction today, trust it. Trust that God has placed it in your heart for a reason. Trust that He is guiding your steps, even when the road ahead is uncertain. Trust that He is faithful to complete the work He has begun in you. Inner conviction is not just a feeling, it is a divine assurance that you are on the right path. Hold on to it, let it guide you, and know that God's plans for you are good, perfect, and unwavering. Aligned connections are one of the most profound ways God confirms that you are on the right path. These connections are not random or coincidental. They are divinely orchestrated relationships that serve a specific purpose in your life. When you are walking in alignment with God's will, He brings people into your life who affirm, support, and encourage your journey. These relationships are not just about companionship or networking, they are about purpose. They are markers that God is working through others to guide and strengthen you for the path ahead. Aligned connections often appear when you least expect them. They may come in moments of transition when you are stepping into a new season or pursuing a vision that God has placed in your heart. These connections can take the form of mentors, friends, partners, or even brief encounters with strangers who speak life into your situation. What makes these relationships unique is how they align perfectly with your calling. The right people show up at the right time, and their presence feels like a confirmation that you are moving in the direction God has set for you. One of the most defining characteristics of aligned connections is mutual purpose. These relationships are not one-sided. They are built on a foundation of shared goals and values. The people God places in your life during these seasons are often pursuing their own God-given callings, and their paths intersect with yours in a way that benefits both of you. There is a sense of synergy in these relationships where both parties feel empowered and inspired to move forward in their respective journeys. This mutual alignment is a testament to God's ability to orchestrate relationships that are not only meaningful but also purposeful. Aligned connections also serve as a source of encouragement. Walking in alignment with God's will is not always easy, and there will be moments when you feel discouraged or uncertain. During these times, the people God has placed in your life act as vessels of His encouragement. They remind you of who you are and what you are called to do. They speak life into your dreams, affirm your decisions, and help you stay focused on the bigger picture. Their words and actions are often a direct reflection of God's love and support, reminding you that you are not walking this path alone. In addition to encouragement, aligned connections provide wisdom and guidance. God often uses these relationships to impart knowledge and insight that you might not have on your own. These individuals may share experiences, advice, or perspectives that help you navigate challenges and make informed decisions. Their wisdom is not worldly, but rooted in spiritual discernment and aligned with God's word. Through them, God equips you with the tools and understanding you need to continue moving forward in His purpose. Another defining feature of aligned connections is their authenticity. These relationships are not forced or superficial. They are genuine and heartfelt. The people God sends into your life in these seasons truly care about your growth and well-being. They are not driven by selfish motives or hidden agendas, but by a sincere desire to see you succeed in your calling. Their presence feels natural and comforting, and their actions consistently reflect their commitment to your journey. Aligned connections also challenge you to grow. They are not just there to comfort you, they are there to stretch you. The right people will challenge you to step out of your comfort zone, to think bigger, and to trust God more deeply. They see your potential and push you to rise to the occasion, even when you feel hesitant or unsure. Their presence in your life is a reminder that God often uses people to prepare you for the next level of your calling. Perhaps the most beautiful aspect of aligned connections is how they reflect God's love and provision. These relationships are a tangible reminder that God sees you, knows your needs, and cares about every detail of your journey. Through these people, He provides the support, encouragement, and resources you need to keep moving forward. They are a testament to His faithfulness and a confirmation that you are exactly where you are meant to be. If you find yourself surrounded by people who inspire, encourage, and challenge you, take heart. These aligned connections are not by chance. They are God's way of showing you that you are on the right path. Embrace these relationships, cherish them, and allow them to shape you as you continue walking in the purpose God has for your life. Spiritual growth is one of the most compelling signs that you are on the right path with God. It is not a surface level change or a momentary shift in your behavior. It is a deep, transformative process that shapes your character, renews your mind, and strengthens your relationship with the Creator. When you are aligned with God's will, your spirit begins to grow in ways that are evident not only to you but also to those around you. This growth is not something you can manufacture on your own. It is a divine work that takes place as you walk in obedience and surrender to His plan for your life. One of the key markers of spiritual growth is an increased hunger for God. As you walk the path He has set for you, you begin to desire more of Him. You find yourself drawn to His word, eager to spend time in prayer, and yearning to experience His presence in deeper ways. This hunger is not born out of obligation or duty, but out of a genuine longing to know Him more intimately. It is a sign that your spirit is awakening to His truth and that your priorities are shifting to align with His will. Spiritual growth also manifests as a transformation in your character. The fruits of the Spirit, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control begin to take root in your life. These qualities are not just theoretical ideals, they become practical realities that shape how you think, speak, and act. You find yourself responding to situations with grace and compassion, even when it's difficult. You develop a greater capacity to forgive, to love unconditionally, and to extend mercy to others. These changes are a direct result of God working within you, molding you into the person He created you to be. Another indicator of spiritual growth is a heightened sensitivity to God's voice. As you draw closer to Him, you become more attuned to His leading and more discerning of His direction. You begin to recognize the promptings of the Holy Spirit, whether through a still, small voice, a stirring in your heart, or a confirmation through Scripture. This sensitivity enables you to make decisions with confidence, knowing that you are being guided by God. It also helps you avoid distractions and stay focused on the path He has laid out for you. Spiritual growth is often accompanied by an increased ability to endure trials and challenges. Walking in God's will does not mean a life free of difficulties, but it does mean having the strength to face them with faith and resilience. As you grow spiritually, you learn to see trials not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth and refinement. You develop a perspective that views challenges through the lens of God's purpose, understanding that He is using them to shape you, teach you, and prepare you for what lies ahead. This perspective brings a sense of peace and confidence, even in the midst of adversity. Another sign of spiritual growth is a greater awareness of your purpose. As you walk with God, He begins to reveal more of His plan for your life. You start to see how your gifts, talents, and experiences are part of a larger story that He is writing. This awareness gives you a sense of clarity and direction, enabling you to focus on what truly matters. It also inspires you to live with intentionality, using your time, energy, and resources to fulfill the purpose God has given you. Spiritual growth also involves a shift in how you view and interact with others. You begin to see people through God's eyes, recognizing their inherent value and worth. This perspective fosters deeper, more meaningful relationships and encourages you to serve others selflessly. You find joy in giving, in encouraging, and in being a source of light to those around you. This outward focus is a reflection of the inward transformation taking place within you as God's love flows through you to impact the lives of others. Ultimately, spiritual growth is a lifelong journey, not a destination. It is a continuous process of becoming more like Christ and aligning your life with God's will. If you are experiencing this kind of growth, if you feel yourself drawing closer to God, growing in character, enduring trials with faith, and discovering your purpose, take it as a sign that you are on the right path. It is evidence that God is working in you and through you to accomplish His plans. Embrace this growth, nurture it, and allow it to propel you forward as you continue to walk in the fullness of His purpose for your life. Confirmation through open doors is one of the most tangible ways God shows you that you are on the right path. These open doors are not mere coincidences, they are deliberate opportunities that align perfectly with God's purpose for your life. When you encounter these moments, they often come with a sense of ease and divine timing, signaling that God is orchestrating events in a way that no human effort could achieve. Recognizing and walking through these doors is both a privilege and a responsibility, as they signify God's active involvement in your journey. Open doors are moments where the impossible becomes possible. They often involve opportunities that you couldn't have created on your own, opportunities that align so precisely with your gifts, calling, and the desires God has placed in your heart that it becomes clear they are divinely orchestrated. These doors may come in the form of career breakthroughs, unexpected resources, new relationships, or platforms that amplify your voice and influence. Whatever form they take, they are signs that God is clearing the way and making provisions for the vision He has given you. Sometimes these doors appear in the least likely places or during seasons of waiting and uncertainty. You may have been praying for direction or clarity only to find that God opens a door you never even considered. This is his way of showing you that his thoughts are higher than your thoughts and his ways higher than your ways. His open doors often defy human logic or planning, reminding you that he is the ultimate author of your destiny. These moments challenge you to trust him fully and step out in faith, knowing that he has already gone ahead of you to prepare the way. Walking through these open doors often requires courage and discernment. Not every opportunity is a divine one, and it's essential to seek God's guidance to confirm that the door before you is truly from him. One of the hallmarks of a God-ordained door is peace. Even if the opportunity stretches you or pushes you outside of your comfort zone, there is an underlying peace that assures you it is the right step to take. This peace serves as a confirmation that the door aligns with God's will and his timing for your life. Another characteristic of God's open doors is the sense of alignment they bring. They often come at the perfect time, matching the preparation and growth you have undergone in previous seasons. These doors do not appear in isolation. They are connected to the steps you've taken in obedience and faith. God's timing is always perfect, and when he opens a door, it feels like the culmination of everything he has been doing in your life up to that point. This alignment further confirms that you are walking in step with his plan. It's important to remember that open doors do not always come without challenges. Just because an opportunity is from God doesn't mean it will be without obstacles or opposition. Sometimes stepping through the door requires you to confront fears, let go of past limitations, or trust God in new and deeper ways. These challenges are not signs of failure, but opportunities for growth. They refine your faith and strengthen your reliance on God as you navigate the path he has set before you. Open doors are also opportunities for stewardship. When God entrusts you with an opportunity, it comes with the responsibility to handle it wisely and faithfully. Walking through the door is just the beginning. What you do once you're inside matters just as much. God expects you to use the gifts, resources, and influence he has given you to advance his kingdom and fulfill his purpose. Stewardship means being diligent, humble, and intentional as you embrace the opportunities he provides. Finally, open doors serve as reminders of God's faithfulness. They show you that he is actively working on your behalf, orchestrating events in ways you could never have imagined. They affirm that he sees you, hears your prayers, and is committed to fulfilling his promises. Each open door is a testament to his power and love, a tangible sign that you are exactly where you need to be. If you are encountering open doors in your life, take them as confirmation that you are on the right path. Step through them boldly, trusting that God is with you every step of the way. Embrace the opportunities with gratitude, steward them faithfully, and allow them to propel you further into the purpose God has designed for your life. These doors are not just signs of his provision, they are invitations to step into the fullness of his plan for you. When you see these signs, deep inner peace, the stirring of a higher purpose, aligned connections, spiritual growth, confirmation through open doors, and the unmistakable presence of God in your circumstances, know that you are not walking aimlessly. These are not mere coincidences, they are divine affirmations that you are on the right path. God, in his infinite wisdom, provides these markers as a way to guide, reassure, and encourage you along your journey. The path God sets before you is not always easy, nor is it without its challenges. But when you see these signs, they are a reminder that he is with you, leading you every step of the way. He equips you, empowers you, and walks beside you, ensuring that you have what you need to fulfill the purpose he has designed for your life. These signs call for faith, obedience, and gratitude as they reflect his love and commitment to your growth and destiny. Trust the process. Embrace the journey. Celebrate the signs. Each one is evidence of God's hand at work in your life, shaping you, positioning you, and preparing you for something greater than you can imagine. Rest assured, if you remain faithful and attentive to his voice, you will not only stay on the right path, you will walk boldly into the fullness of his promises for you.